Call Larry H. Parker. We'll fight for you.
West Medical has helped thousands of clients achieve incredible results.
I lost half my body weight. Before I lost the weight, I couldn't even find their energy to bring the kids to the park. Now, I could finally keep up with these two.
Plus, your PPO insurance will help cover the cost of your weight loss. Change your life. Call 1-800-WEST-MED for a free consultation.
I feel incredible because I called 1-800-WEST-MEDICAL.
Howard's 78th anniversary celebration, 4 days only. We're 78 and still great. Join us at your local Howard's for great food and drinks and save. Choose a great offer. We pay your sales tax or no interest for 5 years. Plus, enter to win tickets to a sporting event and other great giveaways. Hurry into Howard's today.
Witness News with live breaking news.
Now at 11 a.m., breaking news. A woman dies after being stabbed in the neck on a metro train in Studio City this morning. A suspect is in custody. We have a live report coming up.
The prosecution calls its first witness in former President Trump's historic hush money trial. Who is it? What is he saying? And why is trial over for the day?
And this will be the last warm day inland before we start to see a cooling trend. Enjoy it while it lasts. Good morning. This is Eyewitness News at 11 a.m. live on ABC 7, Hulu, and wherever you stream. I'm Giovanna Latta.
And I'm Philip Palmer. Los Angeles police say a suspect is in custody after a woman was stabbed in the neck this morning on a metro train. She later died.
Eyewitness News reporter Carlos Granda joins us live from Studio City, where police just wrapped up a news conference. Carlos.
Well, that's right. This is a terrible story. This woman did die of her injuries, and investigators are still here. You can see some of the people there behind me trying to figure out how it all happened. The stabbing occurred at the metro station at Universal City, Studio City, which is now closed. Now, this incident happened just after 5 a.m. The woman was in her 50s. She was stabbed in the throat. It happened on the train, and the attacker was apparently on the train as well. Police don't have any reports of any incident before the attack. They believe this is completely random. She was taken to the hospital where she died from her injuries. Now, the station is a busy one with commuters and tourists who come here to Universal City, and it's the B-Line trains which run from North Hollywood to downtown Los Angeles and Union Station, and we're told the woman was coming from the North Hollywood station. Now, a man was detained at the Ventura and Vineland bus station, which is just a few blocks away, and they say they strongly believe that that person is the suspect. We spoke to people today who are very concerned about safety.
Is what we know is the attack occurred on the train, somewhere between the last stop and here at Universal City Station. She then is able to exit, and the suspect exits as well, but the attack does occur on the train.
I'm a little bit afraid. You hear it on the news that something can happen, but it's surprising that it happens on our first day here, that the station is closed because of such a thing.
I never feel safe on the train. You have to stay very vigilant and be aware of your surroundings because there's always some sort of chaos going on.
Now, over the last several weeks, there have been several incidents on metro buses. Back on April 13th, a bus driver was stabbed by a passenger in Willowbrook, and just last week, there was an attack in Santa Monica when a man kicked in the glass door of the bus and then attacked the driver. Again, officials here are saying this subway station is going to remain closed likely for the rest of the day. Reporting live from Studio City, I'm Carlos Granda, ABC 7 Eyewitness News.
Okay. Carlos, thank you. Today, the Supreme Court is taking up one of the most pivotal disputes on homelessness in decades.
This comes as many areas of the country are taking steps to remove encampments over concerns for public health and safety. ABC's Christian Cordero has been following the arguments all morning and joins us live from Washington, D.C. with the latest. Christian.
It's an issue Southern California knows well, right? Giovanna and Phillips, advocates for the unhoused say even if this law doesn't specifically criminalize homelessness, in reality it will. The city at the center of this case argues it must crack down on the unsanitary issues and crime that stem from this crisis. Today, an Oregon city of 40,000 people is at the center of a Supreme Court case that has consequences in cities and towns nationwide.
Where do we put them if every city, every village, every town lacks compassion and passes a law identical to this?
For more than a decade, Grants Pass, Oregon has tried enforcing local encampment laws, banning anyone who sleeps in public from using a blanket, pillow, or cardboard box. Penalties include civil fines and a potential 30-day jail term for repeat offenders.
I think that it is harmful for people to be living in public spaces, on streets and in parks, whatever bedding materials, when humans are living in those conditions. We think that that's not compassionate.
Say housing, you say no. Housing! Housing!
I throw power like the power of the people because the power of the people don't stop.
Not right to punish people without homes for things outside their control.
Unhoused people like Ashley Hansen say tickets or jail time don't help them find housing, and with no public shelters inside city limits, she argues she has nowhere else to go.
Being homeless is very hard. Day by day, we get harassed either by the cops or people driving by or our neighbors. They want their parks back, but there's nothing that they can do because we have a right to be homeless and live in the parks.
The justices have a lot of questions about whether homelessness is someone's status or their conduct. It's an important factor to what they ultimately rule, which is expected before the end of June. We're live in Washington. I'm Christiane Cordero, ABC 7 Eyewitness News.
Christiane, thank you. Day one of the criminal trial of Donald Trump wraps up. It's the first time in history a former U.S. president has been tried on criminal charges. The day began with opening statements before prosecutors called their first witness. ABC's Rena Roy has the details.
Witnesses now being called in Donald Trump's historic hush money payment trial after opening statements this morning. The former president slamming the case as he walked into court.
What's going on right here should never be happening. It's a very, very sad day in America. I can tell you that.
Inside the courtroom, Trump relegated to silence as both sides make their cases to the jury for the first time. Prosecutors began their opening statement saying this case is about a criminal conspiracy, saying Trump orchestrated a criminal scheme to corrupt the 2016 presidential election. Trump's defense team argues he relied on lawyers to arrange the $130,000 payment to adult film actress Stormy Daniels to keep her from revealing their alleged affair. Trump has long denied her claim of a sexual encounter.
I was paying a lawyer and marked it down as a legal expense. Some accountant, I didn't know, marked it down as a legal expense. That's exactly what it was.
Prosecutors calling their first witness, former National Enquirer publisher David Pecker. The Manhattan District Attorney saying Pecker agreed to act as the eyes and ears of the 2016 Trump campaign to look out for and kill negative stories about Trump. Stormy Daniels also expected to testify along with Michael Cohen, Trump's former fixer, who wired her the hush money. Trump, who has denied wrongdoing and pleaded not guilty, says he may testify too.
I'm testifying. I tell the truth. I mean, all I can do is tell the truth.
A jury of 7 men and 5 women will decide Trump's fate. Jurors include 2 native New Yorkers and 2 immigrants. 7 jurors have advanced degrees. 1 praised Trump's outspokenness. Another called him selfish. All promised to be fair and impartial. The trial expected to last about 6 weeks.
Juror number 9 did have some concerns about serving today, but ultimately is staying on the case. Court is breaking earlier than expected because of another juror's medical issue. Rena Roy, ABC News, New York.
From that, let's talk about our weather. It's kind of nice, Brianna, every now and then to wake up to some marine layer, keep things a little cooler.
I disagree.
You know, yeah, to each his own, Philip. That's all I'll say.
I like the sunshine.
Especially because we know we're heading into a few months of this already with May gray, June gloom. So I don't know how many people are loving this right now, but if you are, then this is your day today. And actually, this will be your entire week because this is what we are expecting all the way through the end of it. Downtown LA, it is overcast. It's about 63 degrees. And it is going to be cloudy, at least through the morning hours. Some of the beaches might stay a little cloudy today, just a couple of them. For the most part, we should be seeing some sunshine this afternoon, but there will be some days this week where the clouds will hang around a little while longer. As we look live from Irvine, it's also socked in down here where it is 61 degrees, and you can see moved all the way out to the Inland Empire this morning as well. So even Ontario still partly cloudy and on the cooler side. Outside of it, it is warming up very quickly. Palmdale already 83 degrees. Palm Springs just a couple degrees warmer than that at about 87. And then we have some 50s out there as well under the marine layer clouds. Saw some drizzle out there this morning. That That will be possible this week, too. And then we'll also talk about that in the form of some light rain as well. So things are changing this week. More on that in just a little bit. Philip, Javon, I'll send it back to you for now.
Okay, Brianna, thank you. As we continue here at 11 a.m., hate driving to Vegas. How does SoCal to Sin City in 2 hours sound?
Well, the dream for some is becoming reality as construction begins on the